Mark Denholm
at breakfast podcast.
Hello and happy weekend. Welcome to episode 234 of the best bits of the Atom Radio Breakfast Show podcast. And this is Mark Denholm. Here we are then, Saturday the 9th of September, the day that this launches at 9:30 in the morning. And it is expected at some time today, if you are listening on launch day, that we will get the hottest day of the year in the UK in meteorological autumn. Wow. On the way in the podcast this week, we've got old people, and a common trait among old people, we've got how much is too much, a major supermarket annoyance, reasons to end a relationship, an accurate assessment of Slough. We did some Wednesday wisdom even. We did eating to beat jet lag.
Mark Denholm
at breakfast podcast.
6:15, morning and welcome to Monday. It is Mark Denholm at breakfast, banging out the anthems on Atom Radio, streaming from Slough and loud across the net. A 90-year-old man still volunteering for the National Trust has no plans to retire. You always see National Trust stickers, don't you, in old people's car windows. I don't know why, but it just maybe they get it with the pension book.
This is Mark Denholm
at breakfast.
Atom Radio.
Morning, Kirsty. Kirsty is first in this morning on the email, and I've not even asked a question yet this morning. But thank you, though, for your email. Kirsty says, morning, Mark. It's lovely to have you back. Although, arguably, Graham does manage to get in more music than you. Well, I'm not going to deny that, if I'm honest, Kirsty. But then you get more me, you see. And more important than more me, you get more you. Because it's your emails that I'm reading out, and that's why there's more me than there is on a week when I'm not here. Yeah. Thank you, Kirsty, for getting in touch. Thank you for checking out the show. And have a lush Monday.
Mark Denholm
at breakfast.
This is Atom Radio.
Tesco staff could get body cams to protect them after a rise in assaults. That's not good. But I know it's frustrating when you go... I tell you what the most frustrating thing about going shopping is, though, right? Number one, you're getting ripped off. When you beep, scan away, then all of a sudden they give you the cost, whether you've gone to an actual till or whether you're doing self-serve. That's a rip-off. But the most annoying thing, and they've done this in Asda, in Slough as well, is when they rearrange the entire store and you think, oh yeah, I'll go in and get A, B and C. And you go to where A was and it's not there and you're like, oh no, I'll go to get B. No, that's moved as well. And you end up having to ask someone, like, where is A, B and C? It's so annoying. I don't know why they do it. I think they do it as some kind of sport, and then somebody probably sits and watches CCTV just thinking, look at those poor people. That's why they do it.
Mark Denholm
at breakfast podcast.
Let's find out the top 5 of reasons that relationships could or should end. At number 5, she's always active on WhatsApp, but she was never quick in replying to me. At number 4, he wouldn't let me dunk his biscuits in his tea, so I ended the relationship. At number 3, he saw my tattoo on my foot for the first time and then asked me if I'd get it removed. At number 2, I got dumped for something that I did in a dream, even though she admitted it was in a dream. And the top reason that relationships could or should end, and I can't believe this, but it is, I wouldn't kiss another girl.
Mark Denholm
at breakfast podcast.
As the heat wave continues and it's going up and up and up, Monday highs at 29, Tuesday highs at 31, Wednesday highs at 32, and you know what that means? If it gets to 32.3 or more, 32.3, Slough would equal the record for the hottest place in 2023 so far. It's reached 32.3 on 2 days in June. If it gets to 32.3 in Slough and no hotter anywhere else, Slough will become the hottest place in the UK for 2023. There we are. That'll put Slough on the map, won't it? If that happens, eh? The hottest day of the year, and it happened in Slough. It'll go down in history then, won't it? When you look up hottest days of the year, it could say Wednesday, 6th of September, temperature reached 32.4 in Slough. I'm not saying that is going to happen, but if it does, it will get recorded into the record books, and there you go. You see, something good. People rarely say good things about Slough, and there's not really that much wrong with it, you know? Well, actually, let's just leave that there, because you've got a run-down town centre and that avenue and everything. Yeah, we'll leave that there. I don't think we need to go into it too much further.
Mark Denholm at breakfast.
This is Atom Radio.
Atom Radio, online, on mobile, on smart speaker. Morning, and happy hump day to you. I do hope that you are very, very well today. The harder the life, the stronger you'll become. The stronger you become, the easier the life will also become. There you are. There's a bit of Wednesday wisdom, eh? To keep you ticking over on a hump day morning. There's a bit of wisdom. The harder the life, the stronger you'll become. The stronger you become, the easier the life will become. Think on that today.
This is Mark Denholm.
At breakfast.
Atom Radio.
Today, we're talking about jet lag, and scientists in America say they have discovered the cure, as such, or a way to combat jet lag, and that is to have 3 large morning meals in a row. When you arrive, rather than having a meal later on in the time zone, have it first thing in the morning and go for a walk in the sunshine. That's what they say. 3 large main meals in the morning could be the way to get round jet lag. On air at atomradio.co.uk is my email address, and my question for today is, what would you recommend as your large meal in the morning to try and combat jet lag? And earlier on, Cam said it's got to be a fry-up with all the toppings and that. And I have to say, right, I've messed up here because it's 8:08 and it's a Wednesday morning, and here I am sat here a bit hungry, and now we're talking about food, and Cam's already mentioned a fry-up, and that got me thinking, yes, why can't I have one? And now Mel has said any excuse for a fry-up would be good with me. Normally, I try and eat healthy of a morning, but if they're saying it's got to be a big meal, you know, there's only so many bowls of muesli that you could manage of a morning. Therefore, any excuse for a fry-up. And what happens on holiday stays on holiday. And that's true, Mel. What happens on holiday stays on holiday. You go for the fry-up, my friend. Go for the fry-up, and I'm sure it'll be good. That's 2 votes so far for a fry-up. And here I am, sat here absolutely starving. Yeah, right. Maybe I'll try Uber Eats or something, or, you know, Deliveroo. See whether I can get a fry-up delivered to Atom HQ, and that'll keep me going, won't it? I've not got jet lag, just that I fancy a fry-up, you know what I'm saying.
Mark Denham.
At breakfast. Podcast.
Today we're talking about a 22 grand police box. It's available in Edinburgh, but for the purposes of this, I'm going to imagine it's available where you are. This one is in Edinburgh, used to be used as a florist, and it's now up for sale with a guide price at auction of £22,000. I feel like I'm about to launch into Homes Under the Hammer. However, it has running water and it has electric as well, so we'll imagine that you can bring that with you wherever you are. And earlier on I was asked, can you move it? Because it'll make a great man cave in my garden. I don't know whether you can put it in your garden or not, but we'll just imagine, shall we, that it is maybe in Slough or Maidenhead or wherever it is that you live. And I want to know today, what would you do with this police box? 22 grand and it's yours. What would you do? On air at atomradio.co.uk. Controversial morning, Pauline, aren't you? Miss Controversial or Mrs. Controversial today. Pauline says, well, if I had 22 grand, I'd buy it and I'd allow the police to use it, and then there'd be no excuse for not seeing any actual police in the actual town centre. Controversial, Pauline, controversial. But yeah, I suppose you're right, you know. I mean, Slough used to see PCSOs, didn't you, in the town centre regularly? And then I think the council came about with these town centre wardens that were basically powerless. And yeah, I don't know. But it would be nice, wouldn't it? I remember growing up when you used to see police officers out on the beat, didn't you? You used to see them like pounding the beat, as they used to say back in the day. And I've been watching old episodes of The Bill as well over the last few days, and you see loads of police officers out and about on the beat there. In this day and age, though, I think most are response, aren't they? So you dial up 999 in the case of an emergency, or 101 in the case of not an emergency, and then an officer is assigned to it. Maybe, Pauline, maybe yours is the answer.
Mark Denham.
At breakfast. Podcast.
6:12 morning then, Mark Denham on Atom Radio. You know, I told you earlier in the week about the flight that had to land after a diarrhea outburst flooded round the plane. Well, now more evidence has come out, and yes, it was unfortunate. The plane did have to turn around because of someone's diarrhea. The passengers are saying, though, it wasn't just the diarrhea that was bad enough. They used some vanilla-scented disinfectant, and that clashing with the diarrhea made it even worse and made the nausea even worse. Can you imagine that, though, eh? There you are, we're all going on a summer holiday. and then somebody has a diarrhea outburst. I mean, that must be so embarrassing for the person that had that. And then the stewardess or the steward comes along. Don't worry, we'll clean it up. And that makes it even worse. Yeah.
Mark Denham.
At breakfast.
This is Atom Radio.
There is an expert who's telling you how to wipe your bum. I mean, no joke by this. This expert is actually offering advice on how to wipe your bum. I mean, surely, when you're a child and you come out of nappies and that, your parents teach you how to wipe your bum when you're doing your toilet training and that. Something your parents teach you, right? There is an expert, though, telling us how we should wipe our bum. Now, today I want to know, though, not how to wipe my bum, because I think by this stage of life I've kind of mastered how it is now that I wipe my bum. What I want to know, though, is what do you really, really hate when someone tells you how to do, right? Something that you know what you're doing, and then all of a sudden someone comes along, oh no, I wouldn't do it like that, and they'll tell you how you should do it, and it's something that you can do. On air at atomradio.co.uk this Friday morning, tell me something that it really annoys you when someone tells you how to do it.
Mark Denham.
At breakfast. Podcast.
Do you know what? There are many, many things that annoy me. And one of the big things that annoy me is when somebody who doesn't know what they're doing and you've got, say, 30 years of experience doing what you do, and someone then tells you that you've done it wrong. Based upon what? Based upon my 30 years of experience and knowledge versus your 0 years of experience and knowledge. That really, really annoys me when that happens. And if I'm honest, I've got to the stage in life now where I just don't hold back, and I will just say that. Look, what are you basing your opinion on, versus my considerable experience? I just say it. I've got to the point now where I don't hold back. There we are. Not going to fire off, though, because the podcast comes to an end. I want to leave it on a happy note. Thank you, as always, for checking out the podcast. If you are listening on the 9th of September today, enjoy the sunshine. Could be the last glorious day of 2023. And then on Monday, when you wake up at 6 o'clock, stick Atom Radio on. We'll have another go for another week from Monday at 6.
Mark Denham.
At breakfast. Podcast.